Hey, it's White out here, live stream manager and head of recruiting for TGN FPS, and you're watching Free for All for the Win.
Chuck Testa.
What's up, everyone? It's JeremyDwayne here with iTz Padwani.
Hola.
And we're bringing you another episode of Free for All for the Win. Today we are going to be talking about first tier perks.
Your blue perks.
Yes, the blue perks that no one knows. And why they are good in free for all.
And why they're not good in free for all.
Yes, some of them are good, some of them aren't. And we're just going to go right ahead down the line, starting with Recon. So, Recon, the standard edition is explosive damage paints target on map. So when you shoot someone or chuck a grenade, I believe, it'll put a red dot on your minimap showing you where they are. The pro version, the pro version does the bullets. The regular edition is just explosive damage like grenades and stuff. So, Patty, why is this good and why isn't it for free for all?
Well, in free for all, especially if you don't use grenades, like for instance, I use a portable radar just because I throw it in hot spots, so I don't have I don't have a special nade, and for primary I use Semtex. So I mean it would benefit you for the normal version, but a lot of the times it's better to have a beneficial perk like Scavenger, Extreme Conditioning, Sleight of Hand, or even Blind Eye, because if say the person you're shooting doesn't have Assassin on and you have a UAV up, you hitting them with Recon, either normal or pro, isn't going to affect the radar that much. It'll change the little dot to a triangle like an advanced UAV, and it'll give you the general direction of the person, like where they're facing, which won't give you that big of an advantage anyways. But I mean, Recon is more of a team, like a team-based perk, because it does affect all your teammates. And I mean, in free for all, if you use Recon, it'll show up on the map for everybody. So it even has the chance of you getting your kill taken from you.
Yep, exactly. And that's why I don't use it, because it's just not, at least for free for all. I mean, it's just not worth it, and it's just kind of a waste. It makes you focus more on the map than on what you're actually doing. So the next one that we're going to go over is Sleight of Hand. Sleight of Hand gives you a faster reload, and when you get the pro version, it lets you swap your weapons faster. This is my favorite. I love Sleight of Hand. I'm constantly rolling that out in my setups, and it saves me sometimes because I'm always reloading and always switching weapons and stuff, and it really saves your butt a lot.
I agree with that. I mean, Sleight of Hand. I roll Extreme Conditioning and Sleight of Hand as a first tier, but more along the lines of Sleight of Hand, because I notice how much it helps me. For instance, when I was prestiging, and whenever I would prestige, I would end up going the first 10 levels before I got Sleight of Hand, running around with those FMGs or whatever secondary I would want, and it would take so long. So I would literally have to get them out 5 seconds before I thought I would need them. And I mean, even if it didn't give us the fast reload, I would still use it because I love, or rather the fast weapon swap. I would still use it because I can't do anything without this fast reload. The fast reload, it saves me so much.
Yep.
I mean, back in Black Ops, it really wasn't needed because of dual mags, but I still used it because I the fast reload, every other reload, whatever. And I mean, it's still probably the best first tier perk in the game right now.
Oh yeah, by far. I love it because there's so many situations where most of the time I'm sniping and then I have my dual FMGs for my secondaries.
Noob.
Shut up. So
Noob.
He's saying noob because I've killed him many times because of this, but I'll be running around the corner. I'll be running around the corner and I'll swap from my sniper to my dual FMGs, and then I'll get him in the head. So it just saves your butt a lot, because you can just pop down into prone, switch, and then take him out. Or you can be pro and just quick scope him, but I suck.
Or you can do what I do and be like, oh, I have dual FMGs. Let me Halo jump around this corner.
Yeah, Halo jumping is fun too.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep. So the next perk is Blind Eye. The standard 1 does undetectable by air support and sentry guns. The Pro version makes your launchers lock on quicker to vehicles. Does this also work for the what's it called?
Javelin?
The Javelin?
I don't know, because I have never. The only time I've ever had blind eye is when I've gotten it through specialist perks, and the only time I use the Javelin is in domination.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'd assume that it would, because it's a.
I mean,
it's a
I'm
launcher.
thinking. I'm thinking it locks on faster to air. I'm not sure. I mean, it could. I mean, it could just be straight lock on. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be, because the Javelin's the only other thing that actually locks on to something other than air.
Yeah.
But I mean, from a strictly free for all standpoint, this is more of a like an anti-air
Yeah.
perk. I mean, unless you're going to be doing a lot of camping, then you don't want to go anywhere near this perk. As it stands right now, it's a wasted perk if nothing's in the air. And if you're playing free for all, and if everyone's on an even playing field and everyone's dying anyways before they can get something in the air, then it's going to be wasted. I mean, if you want to be immune to UAVs and stuff, you have assassin, because someone gets an advanced UAV, which is the only air next to a Osprey, next to a escort airdrop from support. That advanced UAV is going to be blocked by assassin. I can't even think of the name of the perks anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I was to have to put these in a list, blind eye would definitely be like the bottom of the totem pole. It's the perk that the only time I'll ever use it is when I have my specialist kill streaks active.
Now, by air support, that doesn't cover you from UAVs. That's just like helicopters and stuff. So if you're thinking blind eye protects you from UAVs, it does not. That's assassin, which is tier 2, which we'll be covering later.
Next episode.
Yep, next episode. So the next tier 1 perk that we're going to go over is extreme conditioning. This one is useful because it lets you sprint longer, and when you get the pro version, it lets you climb up things faster.
Well, it lets you hurdle. It's not
hurdle.
just climbing. It's like going over ledges and stuff. And I was actually using this perk a lot through my first couple prestiges. And the only thing I hated is it takes so long to get pro. I believe you have to sprint 26 miles to get the pro version. Yeah, it's a long. And I mean, even then, I mean, a lot of the ladders, like the most recognizable one I can say is Seatown on the right side of the building. You can. If you sprint and jump onto the ladder, you're already halfway up. So it's not even like you need extreme conditioning pro. Yeah. But I mean, extreme conditioning, it's really good if you're going to be doing a lot of running gunning, because it lets you basically cut down on the amount of time in between sprinting.
So if you're a running gunner, go ahead and do that. But it's not really the most strategic way to play Modern Warfare 3, especially in free for all.
Yeah, with the people that, and I mean, I came across this. I was trying to get a Moab for an FPS video, and I was trying to do a full running gun gameplay, because all my Moabs, I'll start off, I have routes I run on every map, and I'll start off running that route, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna start playing a little more defensively, because if someone gets wind and I'm going for a Moab, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna start gunning for this kid. Well, when I tried doing a full running gun, I'd get to like 18, 19, 20, and there's either the spawn would screw me over, or there'd be that asshole sitting in a corner waiting for whoever to pass by, and it just got really annoying.
Yeah, so don't run and gun, but we'll talk about that more later. The last tier 1 perk is Scavenger. The standard edition resupplies from dead bodies, and the pro version starts you off with max ammo. So this is nice if you do a lot of spraying. If you're
or you have that extended mag M60.
Yeah.
800 round clip.
Yep, just sitting there, and you just never want to run out of ammo. Use that, but you most likely, unless you're trying to go for a Moab or something like that, and you're using a machine gun that shoots very fast, like a P90 or FMGs, even stuff like that, where you go through a lot of ammo really fast. Unless you're doing that, you don't really need it, but that's just my opinion. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I remember when this perk first came in Modern Warfare 2, and I loved it. Back in MW 2, I was still a noob. I mean, I played free for all to level up, and I would. This was back when like claymores replenished, second like launchers and stuff. So I mean, I would, and I had some dirty claymore replacement back in MW 2, and I would camp in free for all, and then it got, I stopped caring and I started running on it and stuff. And when Black Ops came out, I also started off using Scavenger, Sleight of Hand, Hacker, and then I swapped off to Dual Mags because Dual Mags was awesome again, and it gave you extra ammo because it was 2 clips versus 1. And then in this, I haven't used it. I mean, I shouldn't say I haven't used it. I don't use it as a first tier. I use it as my third perk as specialist, because if you are going for a Moab, the best. I mean, we'll get into this in a later episode, but the best thing to run is specialist, and I find it better to run assassin than like a third tier perk like steady aim or stalker, and then scavenger, because by the time you get your your 6th or 8th kill, you're going to be hurting on ammo if you don't have like extended mags or something. And it is really helpful, but it's definitely not worth dropping something useful like sleight of hand or extreme conditioning in free for all.
I agree 100%. So, if you had to pick one tier 1 perk that you would always fall back on, I apologize for the noise in the background. Other people live in my house. That's how it goes. But if you were to choose one tier 1 perk that you would choose and go back on time and time again, which would you choose?
Sleight of hand.
I have to agree. I would
Sleight of hand.
Yep. Hands down, sleight of hand wins. That's pretty much it. Next episode, we'll be going over the tier 2 perks, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and if you have any questions or would like to add anything, go ahead and leave a comment down below or add a video response to this video.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is your, and I'm talking full out, what is your favorite perk setup? Tier 2, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3?
My favorite perk setup is sleight of hand, quick draw, and marksman.
Because that's right, because you snipe a lot.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Well, even when I'm just using an assault rifle, I like having that marksman so I can see far.
True. I mean, mine used to be, when I first started playing, this was before I got ninja and unlocked it when I prestige, it used to be sleight of hand, recon, stalker. But then I took an arrow to the knee, so I now use dead silence because I'm a sound whore.
Yep, and since you took the arrow to the knee, you can't walk very fast.
Exactly. That's why I don't use extreme conditioning either, because the further I run, the more my knee hurts.
Yes. Which is why you are no longer an adventurer.
Exactly. I am stuck as a guard.
Yep.
Skyrim references in Call of Duty.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. Anyways, I'm JeremyDwayne.
I'm iTz Padwani.
And you have just seen Free For All for the Win.
Episode number 2.
Do.
And before we go, we do want to thank Whiteout for doing our little intro this week. Thank you, Whiteout.
Thank you, Whiteout.
For you and your raging. If you do not know what we're talking about, you soon will find out.
Yes. Stay tuned until after the little outro, and you'll see some bloopers. So, we'll see you later. Bye.
You don't think this is gonna be a good idea right now? My kids running through the house, yelling around all the time. Then I'll yell out like, "Shut the fuck up, kids!"
Nope. Chuck Testa.
Type it in the chat what you want me to say exactly, and I'll just read it.
Oh, just introduce yourself.
I have a short memory. Okay.
Just shut up. Introduce yourself, and then just say you're watching FFA FTW episode 2, and then say our names.
FFA FTW.
Oh my god. Why do you hire these people, Jeremy?
We want a guy that gets lots and lots of views, but he does prank calls to hookers. I
want to join your channel. What FPS do you do? Prank call the hook. I love that game.
No. This is an Asian kid that prank calls the hookers and talks shit to him and everything. Their pimps tell him they're gonna kill him. all kinds of shit. And one of them one day asked if he was Asian, and he is Asian, but one of them asked if he was Asian. He goes, "No, I'm Mexican." Oh my God, I hate commentating in front of people. I don't know. I just kind of get self-conscious.
Shut up and do it.
Yeah, mute your mic, Patty, before I stick my wiener in your mouth. All right. Hey, it's White out here. Live. Oh my God, I'm gonna kick that kid in his nutsack. Hey, it's White out here. Live.
Stuff.
Oh my God, I'm gonna slit his fuck. Oh, ah!
All right, no, I'll stop. Go ahead.
Hey, it's White out here, live stream manager and head of TGN recruiting. Oh my God, fuck it.
You can't even do it right.
You got me garbled from you keep popping in.
I didn't pop in that time.
You know what I mean, stubby.
Hoopla.
All right.
That was like taking an arrow to the knee.